13 to 16-year-olds nowadays don't have a grey point. They'll say something like, racial issues prevail, because the heads of the capitalist system are benefited by it, and 3 seconds later tweet something like Bob the Builder owns my US, without batting an eye. This is the true Gen Z experience. Once in my 6th hour, we were talking about 9/11, and I announced very loudly, more people died in Hurricane Maria than in 9/11, but nobody really cares, because you can't use hurricanes to justify imperialism. And then not even 5 seconds later I said, yeehaw, my beats. A cute study abroad story from my history teacher. So, his friend goes to Germany to study abroad for 3 months, right? And she studied German in school, but she certainly isn't fluent, and she never put a ton of effort into it, just a normal amount. And when she gets to Germany, her host family doesn't speak English at all. Not a word. 2 adults and 4 children, and none of them are speaking English. It's absolute hell to get by. She's constantly gesturing and enunciating, and having to speak perfect German. They weren't very good at understanding her, unless it was perfect, and it's 3 tiring months of non-stop German action. And on the last day, they're sitting at the dinner table, and the father turns to her and says in wonderfully fluent English, "So, I'd say your German's improved quite a bit since you got here. Oh my god." When I was 8, I drew this comic about 2 girls kissing, and my mom was outraged, and I thought it was because my art wasn't good enough, so I kept trying to draw girls kissing, and she sent me to therapy, and my therapist tried explaining homosexuality to me, and I didn't even know what that had to do with my art skills. Nothing makes me more nervous than my bus taking a different route than it normally does. Like, where are you taking me? Me, I'm the king of public transportation, a gal haunting the streets that run like veins through this city. The bus turns left where it normally goes straight. Me, I'm naked and alone in this universe, and no one is watching over me. A sobering stat during coronavirus fears. 90% of employees admit they have gone to work when sick. Who could have possibly foreseen that organizing the entire service economy around low-wage workers without sick leave or reliable access to a doctor might someday backfire? Last night I went to Starbucks, and when the guy finished my drink, he bent down and whispered, "Don't let anyone dull your sparkle." I just smiled and took my drink, and while I was leaving, I heard the other worker saying, "Would you stop telling people that? Nobody cares about your inspirational sh." And the guy responded with, "Girl, there is no way in hell I'm letting you dull my sparkle." George was a good president for 8 years. Then George said, "I'm tired. I want to go home." I don't know why I laughed so hard, but no, that's literally essentially what he did. If your family ever feels dysfunctional, just remember that my parents got divorced and didn't tell each other where they were moving to, so they ended up moving in the same neighborhood and becoming neighbors. My life is literally a sitcom. I don't get why people hate immigrants so much. Like, they're literally just people from another location. The funniest part of Macbeth is when the soldiers all cut a branch off a tree to hold in front of them while they march towards Macbeth's castle in hopes that he will somehow think they are all trees and not an army. The second best part is that it actually works. I think the concept of a software install wizard is so cute. Developers know the average person isn't comfortable running terminal commands, so they're like, "Here, this wizard will do it for you." And we're all like, "Yay, the wizard." This is the wizard who runs my computer. Even the effing pigeon is more responsible than a lot of people out there. That's an eagle. I'm going ballistic. That's a fucking seagull. Globalization is beautiful sometimes. Stockholm, 2015, by Ninny Anderson. I love this picture so much. There isn't even any backstory, and yet immediately the feeling or theme, if this image is simply, we are all different, and that's okay. Also their heads are both red, but for different reasons, and they're both looking at their phones. They're different and the same. There isn't shaming of either woman. That's half the beauty. I was trying to get a photo of all of my baby crested geckos on my hand, and I managed to get very lucky with my timing. This is quite possibly the funniest photo I've ever taken. He scream. Car hops in Dallas, Texas 1940. In the 40s, women car hops had discovered their tips could increase by up to $25 a week, about $460 in today's money, if they wore significantly revealing costumes. One offended woman in Texas complained to the Fort Worth Star, "We women are sick of looking at girls' legs. We'd rather look at men's." In an effort to force a change in women's uniforms, instead a local drive-in responded by hiring 4 husky young men in blue shorts, white sweaters, and fancy cowboy boots to serve women at the drive-thru. Bring this back. This is just a reminder that when Sir Terry Pratchett was knighted, he dug up his own iron ore, learned to smelt, smelted it, added meteorite iron, learned to forge, and forged himself a star metal sword, as you do, and then he put it away somewhere safe, so he wouldn't violate any UK knife laws. If I ever run a post-apocalyptic campaign, Sir Terry Pratchett's star metal sword will definitely be a legendary item for players to retrieve. Princess. Who is this? Sorry, wrong number. Come back. I'll be your princess. We will meet again in another life. I love you. I love you too, princess. I think this is the most romantic thing to ever happen to me. Lol. I told my dad to chill, and he said, "I'm chill." And I said, "I thought you were dad." I dad joked my dad. "I'm the revolution." Hello revolution. I'm dad. But to defeat. A cute girl told me she has lots of plants in her house, and I told her, for some fucking reason, damn, the oxygen at your place must be mad crisp, and somehow still got her number. So, chase your dreams. Nothing is impossible apparently. Bro, my dad went to dinner at my favorite Mexican restaurant and said he'd bring me home a burrito, and it's fucking 9 PM. My dad is having an affair. Dad brought me the promised burrito just now, so here's my obligatory post exonerating him from infidelity. That burrito was fantastic. I'm inclined to think my dad has never had sex in his life. Do lesbians just naturally glow? Is that their job? And notice that all of these lesbians started to glow when they finally snapped. Conclusion. Lesbians are glow sticks. How dare you hide this in the tags? For your consideration, the live-action Avatar movie, except all the characters are played by their voice actors from the cartoon. Any actor who played multiple voices is every character they played. Similarities are never mentioned or acknowledged. The zombie outbreak started 2 years ago. Now you find yourself cornered by a decaying zombie when you do the unthinkable and bite it first, when it falls to the floor and grows its skin back and sits up and asks what is going on. This may be the best subversive idea for zombie apocalypse stories I think I've ever seen. How the F did you know that would work? I didn't, dude. I just fucking panicked. Reasons why Snape hated certain characters. Harry, because he looked like his father, who Lily loved. Hermione, because she was Muggle-born, reminded him of Lily. Ron, because he had red hair, just like Lily. Every Gryffindor ever, because Lily was a Gryffindor, and that kind of reminder is a heavy burden to carry. Hedwig, because she had feathers, and Lily used to use quills. Lockhart, because he reminded him of how he was locked out of Lily's heart. Hagrid, because he was half giant, and his love for Lily was giant. Would you like some water, Severus? Water? Sobs. Lily used to drink water. Beautiful Native American fire opal blade. Kill me with this. As my vision fades, I whisper, Aesthetic. When you are doing a group activity in class and your teacher puts the smart kid in your group. Behold, our next supreme. When you are doing a group activity in class and you're the smart kid. Capitalism. Under communism everyone would just be a drone with no individuality. Also capitalism. Lee. Huh. What pride flag is that? Oh, Lee guessed the word. The word was Germany. Our pilot was just like, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you realize you aren't on a normal flight. And his tone was all serious, and everyone just paused, and I started having a panic attack, thinking it was a terrorist attack or something, and then he casually goes, we now have 100 calorie Oreo snack packs to offer you. I can't feel my legs.